Packers will have a first and goal. Receiver to the right, Jimmy Graham. Rodgers, quick toss in the flat, left side, got his man for the end zone, and a touchdown.
First and Goal podcast on Spreaker.com. And we're now on all your favorite platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Castbox, Google Podcasts, Tumblr, YouTube, and SoundCloud. You can always follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod and our Facebook page, facebook.com/First and Goal Pod 33.
Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Every day I'm 3, 2, 1.
And welcome, everybody, to another live edition of First and Goal with me, your founder and producer, Jay in the UP, and your host with the most down in Georgia, Dave.
My boy needed to go to bed because he has school in the morning, and I needed to put him down while he's not feeling good. But anyway, I'm here. We're ready to rock and roll. Let's do this.
Well, yes, and, you know, we're on a couple times, and, yeah. Well, anyway, we're ready to rock and roll. Do you want to do real quick news updates before we get Kingsley on?
Yeah, I got a couple things.
All right, let's hit him.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's start off. So, the whole amid Antonio Brown mess that's going on, man, oh man. Actually, the Raiders were looking into possibly legal action of Antonio Brown about recording Gruden, but they had to go find out that Gruden actually okayed the phone call for him to record, so there's going to be no legal action there. And it looks like Antonio Brown's legally going to be on the Patriots next week. I've heard rumors the NFL is going to investigate, and they're going to look into tampering possibly because it's just everything's kind of looking fishy the way how he went to the Patriots and how everything happened with the Raiders. And man, we'll get into that here in the next couple episodes that we come on. But man, it looks very fishy altogether. Moving on, we got some injuries to go over. Nick Foles fractured his left clavicle yesterday. He will be out permanently for this 2019 season. Sadly, I had high hopes for the Jaguars, but he is out. And now,
can I ask this? How come he's out for the season and Aaron Rodgers was gone 9 weeks?
Because Rodgers had the tiniest fracture on a clavicle. Like, he had one of the tiniest fractures on his clavicle, which still affects him. But Foles didn't just tiny fracture it; he cracked it. It's a way bigger break in his clavicle from what I'm reading.
Just asking to ask, I guess, because I know people out there are wondering that same thing.
Nope, no. This was a full-on snap break. He ain't coming back. He's not Roger Superman. Oh, I'm sorry, too soon. Anyways, another injury. Moving on. Tyreek Hill had from what I'm reading, separated shoulder or was halfway dislocated, and they had to go in and put it back in properly. So he doesn't need surgery, but he is likely to miss some time in about 7 to 10 weeks, depending on how this thing heals. I want to feel for him, but that I don't, because a little part of me goes, hey, this is karma because the NFL didn't get this one right.
He was my number one pick in our fantasy league, damn it.
No, I just feel this is karma. I'm sorry, but everything that he got away easy from the NFL and the whole child abuse thing is saying there's not enough evidence, but there was clear audio evidence, and no one did anything about it. So it's kind of karma, in my opinion, coming back and laughing at him. I don't even want to dig into that. Another injury to move on to. Darius Geis seems to be having really bad luck. So he didn't even get to play last year. This year he plays one half. He sprained his MCL, and now it looks like he'll be out 3 to 4 weeks for the Redskins. So it looks like, fans, if you want to, I'm going to take a page out of Dylan Busby's book. In the old Agent Busby book was, how about you start Adrian Peterson if you have him? Because he did really well in Jake Gruden's offense last year. Also, as well, another injury. Nope. Also, another injury update is 49ers running back Kevin Coleman, my own running back on fantasy, has a very high severe ankle sprain. He will be out 4 to 6 weeks. So, looks like you'll be seeing Matt Breida and Mostert on the running back list for San Fran. Man, I was hoping my running backs can stay healthy because that was my weakest link, Jay, on my fantasy teams in a couple of my leagues. I picked up Coleman because I thought he was going to be a weapon. He was showing he could be a weapon. Man.
I had Coleman in our league, and I already had to get rid of him. Or hopefully I get. I already put in my waiver claims this week, so I'm already ahead of the game.
He looked good before he sprained his ankle.
Yeah, I know. But it is what it is. He's probably not going to be playing, and by the time he comes back, it'll be, it's fantasy, man. You got to make moves.
Yep. Oh, I agree. And then also, too, I have one more that's a biggie. That's awesome. I'm pretty sure this hasn't happened in over like a decade or more for the Packers. We have walked through week 1 unscathed. Matt LaFleur was talking about it today, and it's really good to see everyone healthy, everyone ready to go, especially for bigger games coming up like the Vikings game this week. And, man, it's just so funny to me how the Packers fired their strength and conditioning coach that was there for over like 30 years, but this new guy has these players healthy and ready to go. And I've also been reading the equipment manager has upgraded a lot of their equipment in the locker room for these players, even practice equipment, like his top-notch, top-of-the-line. I guess the old strength and conditioning equipment managers weren't getting new stuff like they were supposed to from what I've heard rumors about it. So I'm not quoting anybody. I'm just saying I heard rumors about it. I've got a couple inside sources up at Lambeau Field that that have access to this stuff. But I just wanted to put that out there, folks, that ever since these changes happened, that we've been healthier, we've been more safe with our equipment we've been using, and a lot of our players have been using new helmets too. These new high-tech helmets that take out the risk of concussions. Not saying take them away fully, but the risk of them are very, very low compared to the helmets we were using before. So I'm just happy because we get to experience to see our full roster and our potential that we have on the field, unlike years past where we have people just dropping like flies.
Yes, and I noticed that too, and they switched the schedule around so we're no longer doing practices the day before the game.
Yes! Thank you, LaFleur. Good Lord.
That was supposed to be an experiment, and when it failed, it's more McCarthy stubbornness. They just kept doing it because, that's the way they did things back then.
Yeah, there was so many surprise injuries they had the day before because McCarthy wanted to push them through a higher practice with no pads, and I'm like, he's literally doing this to his team, and he's not even realizing it.
Yes. Do you got anything else before we make our phone call?
No, I'm going to shut up, and we're going to get our awesome guest on because Dave talks way too much.
All right, here we go, folks. We're going to take a short break and bring you Kingsley Keke.
Yes.
I've been grinding so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams
And it is good to be alive right about now, and we are joined by the defensive tackle of the Green Bay Packers, the 5th-round pick from Texas A&M, Big Boy, Kingsley Keke. How you doing, Kingsley?
What's up, man? How y'all doing? I'm doing great.
Man,
we're excited.
We are awesome.
Packers are 1-0.
Yes, Packers, Bears, opening week, 100th year. Packers defense, the defense, Kingsley. The defense put a whooping on them Bears, and that was awesome. It's been years.
Man, that was an exciting game to watch, man. Felt great, man. As our defense, we knew we had a great opportunity to really keep the Bears from scoring a lot of points, so we just took advantage of what we did.
Well, I mean, it's not just any points from being scored. It was the 9th-ranked scoring offense from last year was held to 3 points. And it's a complete turnaround from what the Packers have had in the past, and including you, all this defensive talent that they've added. It's so deep on the roster, and it showed. And I'm excited because I know Jay and I haven't had a team of defense to watch over a decade. Like, you guys are literally the first defensive strong team that we've had in over a decade. That's how long it's been.
That says something right there too, man.
Yep. Yeah, y'all's GM Gutekunst knows what he's doing. I mean, obviously he drafted you, obviously.
Yeah, man. Everybody's just adjusting, especially for the guys that were here last year. They're just even, this is their year 2 with Coach Penn, so they're gaining even more knowledge on the defense. I mean, yeah, we're all the new guys are just adapting to it and just studying and working hard. So everyone's the right track right now.
All right, guys, I want to switch gears real quick before we get too serious into it. Kingsley, I have a very special lady down here in studio with me, and it happens to be her birthday, and she's watched you all preseason and would just love to talk to you for just a minute or two.
Her favorite player.
Because you're one of her favorite guys to watch. Every time you made a play, she'd say, "That's that guy Daddy talks to."
Yeah, let's talk to her.
All right, hold on, Lexi. Here you go. Can you hear him? You got to speak into this and into that. Say hi, Kingsley.
Hi, Kingsley.
Hey, Lexi, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you now?
9.
9. Oh. So have you started school yet?
No.
Soon?
Tomorrow.
Okay, that's good. I hope you have a fun day of your first day of school.
Okay.
She's wanting to know, Kingsley. She's wanting to know, since you don't have a sack dance, she's got an idea for you for your first sack. She does this dance all